Hey, it's a Humble Collector here, and today's video we're taking a look at probably the most detailed death card that I've ever gotten. It is a rather simple 4-panel card for Hans Backhaus here. And as you can see, it's just a wall of text. Lots of good info in here. So without further ado, we'll get started. On the front here, it says he sacrificed himself to save his people. And then on the inside, Jesus, Mary, Joseph, and Cornelius. You lent it to us, O Lord, and it was our fortune. You reclaimed it, and we give it to you without a murmur, but with a sad heart. Apparently a quote by Saint Hieronymus, who's better known as Saint Jerome, the guy who translated the Bible into Latin. In Christian memory of the person who died from his wounding, Hans Backhaus, Gefreiter in an Infantry Regiment, bearer of the Iron Cross 2nd Class and the Infantry Assault Badge in silver. And moving on to the other side here is almost a mini biography. This is actually quite interesting. So the dear deceased was born on March 15th, 1916 in Frankfurt as the son of the married couple Clemens Backhaus and Mrs. Amelie Bayer. After finishing school, he turned to the agricultural profession, which he loved with great love. From September 1939 until his conscription, he ran the farm of the Dedericks family in Rouen, to whom he grew dearly like a son. In June of 1941, he moved to Russia. There, he was seriously wounded on October 24th. He endured his suffering with the greatest patience and devotion to God. He died well prepared by the Easter reception of Holy Sacraments on April 25th, 1942, in a reserve hospital. He was very fortunate to see his parents at his bedside again. His death is the entrance to eternal life. He asked his parents, siblings, and all other relatives and family of Dederik for a devout prayer for the dear deceased. And then on the back here, nobody has a greater love than this, to give one's life for one's friends, which is very common on death cards. But yeah, quite a bit of information. There's a lot to unpack there. But probably one of the more interesting things to me is the fact that his parents saw him at his bedside. And so I'm not sure where the reserve hospital is here. I should have checked with Volksbund, but I always forget to check Volksbund, which is like the grave registration. But it's fascinating to me that apparently even in a reserve hospital, his parents were able to go and see him. I'm sure that was a great comfort to him at the time. But also what's interesting here, and normally you don't see this on death cards, but you'll note his shoulder board actually has a unit number there, 39, which normally for what reasons of military security you weren't supposed to have the unit on the cards anymore. You'll notice that's a big difference between World War I and World War II death cards. World War I cards often very clearly call out what unit the guy was a member of. World War II cards, very uncommon. But yeah, overall, it's a fascinating card, mostly just because of all the great biographical information here. I wish more death cards had that, honestly, because it really helps to paint a picture of who this person was before the war, and then what happened to them during the war. It kind of gives you the full picture instead of like the little tidbits and dates that you usually get. But yeah, so overall, probably one of my favorite cards that I've gotten. It is a little on the simpler side, but just packed full of information. So I hope you all enjoyed this video. Please leave a comment down below. I love hearing from you guys. Thank you all for watching. Happy collecting, and I'll see you all again very soon.